friend, Richard Sachs. Richard? You may sit down.
President Ziggy, members of the Executive Committee, fellow Realtors. On November 15, 2013, Gotham City, aka also known as San Francisco, was under siege. The city was a mess. Organized crime had taken over. Businesses were shut down. Offices were closed. Realtors couldn't hold open houses. In fact, the Young Realtors Association even thought about disbanding. Some even thought about leaving the profession. Mayor Lee said, "What can I do? What can I do? Who can help me?" And then he remembered Make-A-Wish Foundation. He got on the phone, and the next day, Batman and Bat-Kid showed up. Batman said, "Bat-Kid, this is your gig. I want you to clean up the city." There were two major crime elements in the city. One was run by the Penguin. Oh, nice. Squeezy, stinky guy. But he ran all organized crime. All vice operated under him. Couldn't do a thing without him. That kid went out, captured him, rounded up his gang, took him off to jail, locked him up and threw away the key. Then there was Riddle, and Riddle was even worse. You looked at him and you were dead. He was in the process of holding up a bank when that kid rounded him, got his gang, took him off to jail, locked him up and threw away the key. Who is this Bat Kid? AKA, also known as Mal Scott, from Tule Lake in Siskiyou County up in Northern California. When Miles was 1.5 years old, he was diagnosed with leukemia. Can you imagine that? 1.5 years old, diagnosed with this crummy cancer. He made this wish through Make-A-Wish Foundation, and sure enough, on 2013, November 15th, his wish was granted. He became Bat Kid along with his buddy Batman for the day. I said, "Wow, you cleaned up the city, you fought this terrible disease." I said, "Is there any advice?" Because all of a sudden I realized that he is in remission. So he basically fought this disease, and he's doing really great. I talked to Make-A-Wish Foundation last week. They said Miles is now 8 years old. He is in the 3rd grade, and he is playing Little League softball. Go! Go, Miles. I said, Miles, Ziggy said, "I want you to give some kind of inspiration. I want you to give some kind of motivation to your fellow realtors. I know they have good days and they have bad days, but let me give him a few suggestions. The first one is never, never, never give up. Never give up. The second one is attitude. He says you've got to tell your members to have the right attitude. He said think forward, not backward. Be optimistic, not pessimistic. Take the high ground, not the low ground. Go forward, not backward." And then he told me that very important thing in life is to have belief. You have to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, others will believe in you. Fourth thing he told me is love. Have somebody you can love. If you love somebody, then that's it. And the fifth thing he said, remember, good will conquer evil. And the sixth thing he said, have some kind of faith. Believe there's somebody greater than just yourself. And he said, finally, I want you to tell your fellow realtors that they should be thankful, that they should be grateful, that they live in this great state of California, in this great nation, the United States of America, that allows us to practice our great profession, being realtors. President Ziggy.
Much, Richard. That was beautiful inspiration. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite to the podium my good buddy to do the Pledge of Allegiance. He's a YPN, Marquise Murphy. Come on up, buddy. Please stand.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to start by acknowledging our men and women in the room who have served our country and who's currently serving our country. Can we give them a round of applause for our freedom? You know, it's no secret that we're facing some serious social and political issues throughout our country. And us as people, as we use our freedom of speech and our freedom of speech and expression rights to fight these issues, we are witnessing our American flag lose her identity at the same time. During times like these, it's important to take a step back and revisit what our Pledge of Allegiance truly means to us as people. Thanks to Region 25 and Mr. Rainier Dresser from Region 31, I'd like to share with you a modern-day reenactment of the late, great Red Skelton's Pledge of Allegiance shot right here at our convention.
I, me, an individual, a committee of one,
pledge to dedicate all of my worldly good to give without self-pity.
Allegiance, my love and devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of courage. And wherever she waves, there is respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts, freedom is everybody's job.
At the United, that means we have all come together.
States, individual communities that have united into 50 great states, 50 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided by imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common cause, and that's love of country, of America.
And to the republic, a sovereign state in which power is invested to the representatives chosen by the people to govern, and the government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not the leaders to the people.
For which it stands, one nation, being so blessed by God, under God.
Indivisible, incapable of being divided.
With liberty, which is freedom. The power to live without fears, threats, or any sort of retaliation.
And justice, the principle and quality of dealing fairly with others.
For all, that means boys and girls, it is as much your country as it is mine.
Now let's stand here united today as one community and say our Pledge of Allegiance. Let's begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.